All right, we are live. What's going on, everyone? Okay. Is this thing on? All right, here we go. We're live. Make sure that you're not begging for reality. It's time to learn how to command your reality. Understanding that cymatic frequencies basically proves your voice is a code that has the power to change and reshape your reality and everything around you. So tonight's going to be a deep talk. We'll be talking about the power of shaping realities through cymatic frequencies and vibrations, and how those frequency and vibrations literally, as they say in string theory, jingle reality into existence. All right. So please make sure you click the like button, and please make sure you share this video. All right. Click the like button and share the video. And also don't forget to subscribe to this channel. All right. Subscribe to the channel. We want to catch the algorithm. Okay. I see everyone. I see a few first-time people here, a few first-time people in the live chat. Welcome to the Forbidden Knowledge Podcast. Okay. Popping in here just a couple of minutes late, but it's okay. All right, so like I was saying earlier, everyone, understanding that cymatic frequencies are really shaping your reality. You don't want to beg for your reality, hope and wish that something is going to come to fruition. You want to be able to learn how to command it, to command the things that you want to bring into your reality tunnel. And cymatic frequencies literally are going to prove that your voice is a code that has the power to shape your existence, the very existence and fiber of your reality tunnel itself. If you want to understand that collectively, as a whole, we are all collectively creating reality, okay? But individually, we are creating and responsible for our own reality tunnel. In other words, there is an actual vibrational frequency that is your current timeline that you're on. And your thoughts and your words shape that tunnel and shape that particular timeline highway that you're on. If you can imagine that someone calls you on the phone and they schedule an appointment with you. So they schedule an appointment to meet you somewhere, let's say at a park at 3 p.m. Eastern. Now, both of you are on two separate timelines, two streams, two reality tunnels. You got your own tunnel, they have their own tunnel. Once that collaboration or that communication is accepted, both of you begin to travel towards this timeline into the future on your own tunnels until your tunnels actually touch and then cross. So for a point in time, your tunnels will actually meet and touch. That's the actual meeting where you're at the park. And after some time of being at the park together, you will continue on your way, and that other person will continue on their way on separate fractured timelines. So they will now be back in their tunnel solo, and you'll be back in your tunnel solo. So just trying to show you that you have a tunnel, you have a particular future reality that you're laying out. And that particular intersection of two reality tunnels was created by what? By a cymatic frequency, by words vocalized out of the mouth between you and another person to collaborate and coordinate a specific meeting place at a certain point in time. So if you can understand what I'm saying, if you can wrap your mind around what I'm saying, you will begin to realize that you are literally shaping and creating your reality moment by moment. That's a very simple explanation there for you to get an idea. I can say something like, there's a coffee mug next to me, and in that coffee mug is coffee. And I can also say, I'm going to lift my left hand because I'm left-handed. I'm going to raise that coffee mug and I'm going to take a sip. Now, by telling you that I'm going to do that, I've now sent out the vibration into the universe. I can now pick this cup up, right, this mug, and I can take a sip. And now I have just ingested some coffee. So my reality tunnel, in my tunnel, I fulfilled my self-fulfilling prophecy by picking up that coffee mug and drinking it. Simple examples, very simple example. But I want you to understand that this simple example, when you magnify it out, you begin to realize it connects and can be applied to virtually everything and every part of your reality, every perspective that you have. So you are literally helping to shape reality moment by moment through conscious thoughts and even through your cymatic vibration, the way that you speak. Okay. This is important to understand because if you don't understand it, you can literally be creating a reality that you don't want. And we're all responsible for doing that. Every single day, we all create, not every day, but a lot of times throughout our lives, we're creating realities that we didn't know that we signed up for. But we created them with our thoughts and our cymatic frequencies, which is our voice. Okay. Cymatics proves that vibration actually shapes matter. Sound literally organizes chaos into form. So if you're looking at the famous experiment by Matsuri Emoto, who I unfortunately did not get a chance to meet in person before he passed away. He's a Japanese scientist that did the experiments on water, but I did meet his understudy and was taught by her back in 2000, I believe it was 2017 in California, understanding and learning the power and frequency of cymatics on water and how it affects reality and reshapes reality. Also, the power of cymatics on a Chladni plate with sand on top, and how it can show you the particular frequency and vibration in a physical form being modified by sound and cymatics. When you see that, you begin to realize that the cymatics or the sound is literally shaping the reality that we live in. In quantum physics, they call it string theory. And so they propose that there are these microscopic subatomic strings that are emanating and vibrating at the subatomic level. And that vibration is creating a frequency, sound, and that's emanating the illusion of matter into existence in the third dimension. And that's string theory. And the reason why this is important, because if you don't understand how you are laying down your words, how you are literally creating your own self-fulfilling prophecies when you speak, then you'll continue to put yourself in situations that you don't want to be in. So if you're begging, hoping, wishing, that's a lack of abundance mindset. Now you have to switch that begging, hoping, and wishing. Now I see this all the time. Sometimes I'll make a post about going to Egypt or Peru or Cambodia or one of my amazing tours that I take people on all over the world. And in the comments, often you'll see people post things like, oh man, I hope I can go one day and I wish I could, and I'm broke and there's no way I can make this, but I would love to be there. Now, they don't have any ill intent toward themselves by making those kinds of statements. But what they don't realize is that what they're doing is putting out to the universe that they don't believe in abundance, that they don't believe they deserve to go, and that they don't believe that they have the ability to even make it. They don't even have the abundance to afford the trip. Now, that might be true technically at the exact moment, but by reaffirming it, you're making that reality completely collapse into existence without even knowing it. It's not that you're trying to be malicious towards your own self. It's that you don't understand how to use your thoughts and your cymatic frequencies properly to continue to create the reality that you want to manifest. Instead of begging, hoping, and wishing, you need to switch that to commanding realities into existence, right? I often tell people, like, when I get on an airplane, I don't pray for the plane to take off safely and fly safely and make it to its destination safely. I literally say this. I say, I command this plane takes off safely. I command that this plane flies safely to its destination, and I command that it lands safely. That's my actual prayer, and that is a real prayer. It's nothing different than you praying your prayer, except for the vibration. The vibration and the understanding. Often those prayers or those statements could be in a lack mindset, whereas mine is more in an energetic, commanding mindset. So what I'm doing is I'm sending a message to the universe that I understand that I'm divine and the divine spark is inside of me. And because of that, I have a fractal of the power of the divine creator in me, and I'm commanding realities into existence. It's a different way of saying things. It's a different way of thinking about things. It's a different way about speaking on things as well. For some people, it might seem a little scary. Oh my God, who am I to be able to command things? Who am I to be able to speak that powerful? You see, well, if you don't believe that you have that kind of power, then you've been brainwashed and you don't even realize it. Because I guarantee you, it's nothing different than being Michael Jordan and believing that you can beat every team and every player that exists on the planet. It's nothing different than being Kobe Bryant and believing that no one can beat you in a one-on-one, as he made a statement many times in podcasts before he passed away. It's nothing different than somebody being an expert in a particular craft or art and saying, I'm the best at this. It's the same thing. A person understanding their true power. And we've all claimed to be good at something, or most people have claimed to be good at something, at least one thing in their entire life. But you didn't go, oh my God, I have no right to say I'm good at this. Well, if you've been practicing piano for 20 years, you damn well better be good at it. You're probably better than 90% of the people on the planet. If you practice the piano for 15 minutes a day for 10 years, you'd be better than 90% of the people on the planet in piano. There's nothing wrong with claiming and believing in yourself and claiming your true power and understanding how to walk in that power. People get mixed up with all this fear mongering that's been pimped on us and been pushed on us. They get so caught up in the programming code of if I act like I'm powerful, then I'm going to be the weird one, and people are going to think that I have no right to be this powerful, and I have no right to be this confident in myself. I have no right to believe in myself. And that's the sheep mentality. You have to realize that most of the people on the planet are actual sheep. But there are shepherds here. There are shepherds here. And even in the biblical text, there's shepherds. And a shepherd has a flock. Or a flock of what? A flock of sheep. You have to determine, do you want to be a shepherd or do you want to be a sheep? And if you're comfortable being a sheep, that's okay. Some people want to be sheep. But don't complain about your current situation. Don't worry about what's happening. Don't complain about the fact that you can't do this and you can't do that and you can't go here and you can't go there and you can't afford this and you can't afford that and everything else that's going on. Just accept it and never complain again. If you want to be a shepherd, well then you're a leader. That's why the people that are following my accounts on social media and the people that have been following my accounts for a long time, you'll notice that every time I hit a benchmark in the number of subscribers on YouTube or a benchmark in the number of followers on X or Instagram or Facebook or wherever, I always put leaders. Every benchmark I hit, I put leaders. 1.7 million leaders I put on Instagram. I didn't put followers. I put leaders on those posts. I have my own memes. In the school group, in the Forbidden Knowledge Academy, when we hit 900, I made one that said 900 leaders leading humanity into a new paradigm. Okay? We are creating leaders here, shepherds. We're not creating sheep over here. If you want to be a sheep, then you have to go to another account. This is not the account for you. If what I'm telling you tonight, if I'm telling you that you're a powerful being and that you're divine, and that you have the ability to command realities, if you have the ability to believe in yourself at the highest level, and your abilities can lead you in a direction of creating a whole new paradigm shift on this planet. If that's too much for you to handle, then this is not the account for you. Okay? Just go ahead and politely bow out and move on to the next account. But if you want to be a leader, if you want to learn how to be a leader, if you want to learn how powerful you truly are and tap into that power, then you're on the right account. Then you're on the right account. This is why I recommend you join the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. The link is in the caption of this video. It's in the live chat. I'll drop it in the live chat right now for people who are asking about it. I'll drop it in the live chat. It's also in the link in my bio. So click the link in my bio and go register on the 4BK or the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. Right now, we're about to tap 1,000 leaders in the academy, 1,000 people rooting for one another, 1,000 people helping one another, 1,000 people learning how to not only be mentored by myself and my coaching team, but also by themselves. because leaders develop more leaders. And if your head is down, somebody's going to come up and lift your head up. If you're feeling low, somebody's going to give you energy, positive energy. You know, on social media, if you do your own experiment, you can go on social media, go on your Facebook page or wherever, Instagram, and have 2 different posts ready. One post is going to be a picture of you, you know, with a cat doing a trick or a dog jumping over a plate of food or something. And then the second photo is going to be you, you know, making a statement as to, I just started a brand new business and I'm very excited to be an entrepreneur now. And then I want you to count the likes on both. One will get a whole lot of attention and the other one won't get much attention. Why is that? Why is that? Well, because people are programmed to be sheep. And sheep like simple things, like a dog jumping over a plate of food or cats doing rollover tricks. But once you move out of that sheep mentality into the vibration of building legacy and shifting paradigms, well, most sheep don't see that as anything to be liking. But when you join the Forbidden Knowledge Academy, you'll have hundreds of people liking that. You'll have hundreds of people supporting you. You'll have hundreds of people wanting to ask you questions about what you're doing and hold you accountable for your goals. See, that's the difference. I'm going to drop the link in the live chat again. I just dropped it in the live chat. So we're talking about the cymatic frequencies. The ancient peoples used to use chants and mantras, right? These tones literally reprogram their environment. The ancient peoples of India would do the famous Om, right? The primordial Om, which is the sound of creation. When tested in the laboratory settings, that Om sound literally on a Chladni plate will create very, very sacred geometrical patterns. So scientists started looking into these cymatic frequencies and realized that even the human vocal cords can create reality through the vibration. How does sound work from your vocal box? How does speech and language actually work? Speak and language work because 2 components are in play. One component is a cymatic vibration, and then the second component is the way that it's altered through the way that you move your mouth and your tongue. So we alter the wave pattern, or the cosine wave is altered on its exit out of our mouth, creating this pattern of waves that fluctuate, and they move across what we call atmosphere, because we are surrounded by atmosphere. These atmospheric gases are all around you, and they're able to carry the cymatic frequency. So right now I'm speaking, but I'm halfway around the world from wherever you might be. What's happening is the cymatic frequencies come out of my vocal box, out of my mouth. The cymatic wave goes into this microphone, is converted into zeros and ones, and from there it's sent down the internet line, maybe sometimes even up to a satellite, and bounced down to your region, hits your cell phone tower, sent through a microwave frequency into your device, and then the zeros and ones are converted back into a wave that hits your ear. The cochlea in your ear vibrate. Your brain then decodes that encoded frequency, and now you have a concept or an idea of what I was trying to say. Now, those words that you finally picked up from me, they have power because they can, right now, I'm trying to inspire and motivate you. So when you hear that decoded knowledge coming into your ear and being decoded by the brain, you might feel inspired. You might feel enlightened. You might feel the abundance and gratitude. You might want to go out and learn more. But if I speak destruction into this microphone, if I speak gossip and hearsay, if I start speaking the sheep talk, well, then you're going to hear the sheep talk in your ear, and you're going to be in a low vibration. You're not going to feel inspired. You're not going to feel, like you're ready to go on and take on the world and overcome all your obstacles. You're going to feel like a sheep that wants to spread more trash. by going and regurgitating what I just told you to someone else and let them tell someone else and let them tell someone else, and sharing low vibrational garbage, trash, basura. See? So you have to understand that the cymatics, the vibration coming out of your vocal box, has real power to shape reality and shift the paradigm on the planet. Because what you're saying and what you're speaking is not only affecting your reality tunnel, but it's spreading out to others. And when it spreads out to others, it's affecting their consciousness and it's affecting their own reactions. Because they take that information in from your vocal box, that cymatic frequency, it alters their perception and might influence them to do things that either that are great for them or go against being great for them, that are great for them or not great for them, that are good for the world or not good for the world. A very good example of this is in a leader of a country. A leader of the country can speak a cymatic frequency out of their vocal box. Okay? The leader of a country can speak, I want to go to war against this country because of whatever. I know I can make a lot of money once I go to war with this country. It's going to boost my country's GDP. I'm going to influence it to happen by speaking on it. And the more I speak on it, the more it's going to manifest. And the more it manifests, the more money the war machine makes for myself and my country. So they speak. Speech goes out. They keep saying the same words over and over again, like casting a spell. It's nothing but a cymatic vibration. Those vibrations reach the ear of who? Of the poor people. It reaches the ear of the sheep. The sheep then get into the military trucks. They get into the military planes. They get into the military submarines. They get into the military underground base where they can control the drones. They get their military gear on for foot patrol. And what do? They act on a cymatic frequency. They act on a cymatic frequency that was sent out from someone else's vocal box. In some cases, thousands of miles away. In most cases, they never even met this person. They only heard the cymatic vibration come out of their mouth into their ear, wherever they may be on the planet. And the moment that vibration goes out, they gear up. They're ready. Off of a vibration. They're ready to lay down utter destruction on people who they never met, who they don't know anything about, and they haven't even researched the evidence whether it was worthy of them to go and destroy these people or not. All from a cymatic frequency. So if you don't believe that the cymatic frequency coming out of your mouth doesn't have power, well, there wouldn't be any wars. Because the people speaking and requesting the war to happen never go to war. They don't do it. Why is that? Because they know the power of cymatic frequencies and they send the frequency out. And when they send it out, the sheep pick it up. Oh, you heard that? Yes, I understand. Let's go. Destruction is awaiting us. We're gonna destroy everything. We're gonna lay waste to these people. So hopefully you get an idea of the power of your own voice now, because the same power that these leaders, these quote unquote, I call them losers, but we got to call them leaders of countries, the same voice that they have, you have that too. So why not you use that voice to be a real leader and speak life, speak abundance, speak love, speak power, speak divineness, speak that out into the world and influence people to do those things and believe in those things and live through those things. Then what happens? You see? Life changes for people, for yourself and people around you, because you are now being a leader, sending out a vibration of cymatic frequency versus being a loser and sending out death and destruction as a frequency and vibration. And we know there's a lot of losers out there right now creating these wars. so they can get rich. It's never enough money for these people. If you don't believe your words have power, then you don't understand a thing that I just said. Words have a lot of power. They can lay waste to an entire country. A person can give an order, verbal cymatic frequency, and people can press buttons that can destroy the whole planet. That's a lot of power coming from a vocal box. It's nothing but vibrations coming out of a vocal box, and people will press a button that will send bombs in the air. We can use that same exact vocal box to send love into the air, peace into the air. It's up to us. It's literally up to us. This is why I recommend you join the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. This one thing amongst other things, but understanding the true power of your voice. I'm getting ready to go live in the Forbidden Knowledge Academy in a few minutes at 9 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern, just about maybe 10 minutes from now. I'm going to be going live. The link is being dropped in the live chat. It's in the caption of this video. It's in the audio. But I'm getting ready to go live on Forbidden Knowledge, Forbidden Knowledge Academy, okay? And it's going to be shortly. So I want you guys to click the link and register ASAP, because I'm going to be talking tonight. I'm going to go in on the millionaire codes. I've been doing this series on the millionaire codes, and today is session number 5. Session number 5, but you'll get access to session 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you haven't heard it yet or watched it yet. And session number 5 is going to be how to connect like a millionaire, how to connect like a millionaire. And why millionaire? Why that term? Why that name? Because we understand cymatic frequencies. We're talking about understanding the power of abundance. And we're talking about a particular mindset and how to get on the frequency of that mindset. And now I'm on session number 5. So there's right now, so far, 5 different ways to get on that frequency. And when you combine them together, the frequency and vibration is extremely strong. It's not about greed. It's not about gluttony. It's not even really about money. It's about an understanding. It's about a vibration. So tonight is session number 5, how to connect like a millionaire. We've done how to think like a millionaire, how to feel like a millionaire. It's an incredible learning course that I've been teaching in the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. That's just one of literally dozens of courses that are in there. Talking about over 100 hours of recordings and teachings in there, classes and modules that continue on, so you can graduate to each module. So make sure you guys and gals click the link and register ASAP. And I'll be in there shortly, okay? I'll be in there shortly. And we're going to go deep tonight. We're going to learn some more information. Hopefully you got a word tonight, a cymatic frequency from me that's going to alter and change your reality so that you can then turn around and pay it forward and alter and change someone else's reality, but in a positive way, in a very positive way, okay? So I'll see you in the Forbidden Knowledge Academy here shortly. And tonight we're going to go into session number 5, all right? How to connect like a millionaire. And when you see what's in there, what's going on inside the academy, when you see the level of engagement and activity going on in there, you're going to be completely excited. You've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything like this, and I'm not making it up. I've literally never seen this level of engagement since I've been on the internet. You're going to see something that's going to blow you away. The level of support and encouragement that I'm seeing in there, the testimonials, the manifestations are off the charts. I'm talking about people coming up with the most incredible stories based on the teachings, and all these testimonials are not paid for. They're just volunteered. We haven't even asked for any yet, but there's dozens of them. So I'll see you inside the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. There's a reason why it's grown to almost 1,000 people in only 3.5 weeks, and it's going to continue to grow. And it'll be the largest self-improvement academy in the world. I guarantee it, all right? Because I command it. I'll see you in there, the 4BK Academy. See you shortly. Peace.